We live in an era of overconsumption, even in our relationships with our pets. The global pet industry thrives on our collective guilt, selling us premium supplements, orthopedic beds, and high-tech monitoring cameras. We are led to believe that being a good owner is a matter of purchasing power. But if you sit quietly with your dog, you will realize they are looking for something that money cannot buy. They are looking for a frequency. The truth is, no gadget can replace what your voice achieves when it carries real, unfiltered warmth. Your dog already knows the difference between a superficial good boy and a soul-deep connection. They have known this from the first moment they recognized your scent. The real question today isn't how much you love them. The question is, are you consistent enough for them to truly trust that warmth every single day? Welcome to Dog Code 7. Let's decode the legacy of loyalty. In the first pillar of the dog code, we must redefine what we mean by communication. For humans, words are data tools for information exchange. For dogs, words are emotional frequencies. When I speak about real warmth, I am not referring to the high-pitched, frantic baby talk that many owners use. In fact, that chaotic energy often triggers hyperarousal or anxiety rather than comfort. True warmth is an emotional resonance that vibrates at the same level as their primal instinct. It is the steady grounding energy that tells your dog's nervous system that the environment is safe. Modern neuroscience proves that dogs have evolved specific brain pathways to process human vocal emotions. They aren't just decoding the phonetics of a command, they are scanning your internal state. They are literally measuring your cortisol and oxytocin through the vibration of your vocal cords. If you are frustrated or hurried, your good girl sounds like a threat to them. This is why you cannot fake warmth with a canine. They are the world's most sophisticated living lie detectors. To give them what they truly need, you must master your own internal landscape. You must find a place of genuine peace within your own chest before you even open your mouth. This isn't just training, it is the soul of the subject. It is the belief that leadership begins with self-regulation. When you provide real warmth, you aren't just giving a compliment. Imagine living in a world where the laws of physics changed every hour based on someone else's mood. One day, gravity works, the next day, it doesn't. That is the definition of a psychological nightmare, yet it is exactly how millions of dogs experience life with human owners. Consistency is the architecture of safety. In the dog code, it is the fundamental bridge between fear and trust. When your no always means no, and your yes is a total guarantee, your dog's brain finally receives permission to power down its survival instincts. Anxiety in dogs is rarely a hardware issue. It is almost always a software response to an unpredictable leader. When a leader is inconsistent, laughing at a behavior one day and punishing it the next, the dog feels a biological pressure to take control of the environment. This is where reactive behavior is born. The dog isn't trying to be bad. The dog is trying to survive in a vacuum of leadership. By being an anchor, you allow them to be just a dog again. You must be the same person at 6 in the morning that you are at 6 in the evening, regardless of your personal stress or professional failures. This predictability is the greatest gift of health you can offer. We often hear about operating leverage in business, but in the world of dog code, your leverage is your stability. Every time you react calmly to a stressful situation, you are building compound interest in the bank of trust. Over years, this creates a bond that is unbreakable. It tells your dog, you can relax. I am here. I have the plan. If you want a dog that listens to you in a crisis, you must be the person who is consistent in the quiet moments. Leadership is not a performance. It is a permanent state of being. It is about creating a corporate constitution for your household where the rules of engagement are clear, fair, and eternal. We are the most distracted generation of owners in history. We walk our dogs while staring at a glowing screen, and we play fetch while scrolling through an infinite feed of strangers' lives. This is what I call hollow presence. Physically, you are in the park. Spiritually and mentally, you are miles away. To a dog, attention is the highest form of currency. When you offer them a hollow presence, you are essentially telling them they are a secondary priority in their own pack. They feel the vacuum where your focus should be, and it leaves them feeling isolated even when they are standing right next to you. Pillar 3 is about reclaiming the sacredness of shared time. Your dog doesn't need a 3-hour hike if you are mentally absent for the entire duration. They would infinitely prefer 15 minutes of your total, undivided observation. When you look at them, truly look at them, you are validating their existence. You are recognizing their soul. Science shows that when a dog and owner share mutual focused gaze, both experience a massive surge in oxytocin. This is the biological glue of the bond. But this connection is impossible if your eyes are glued to a screen. This week, I challenge you to a silent walk. Leave the phone at home. No podcasts, no music, no distractions. Just the leash, the wind, and the dog. Watch how their behavior transforms. They will stop pulling because they realize they finally have a partner walking with them, not just a tether. They will check in with you more often because you are finally available for the conversation. Full presence is the secret sauce that competitors in the pet industry cannot replicate. It is a gift that requires no money, only the discipline to be here now. Most owners play with their dogs as if they are performing a boring chore. They toss a plastic ball while thinking about their grocery list. This is entertainment, but it isn't engagement. In the canine world, play is not a leisure activity. It is a rehearsal for survival. It is a simulation of the hunt, a training ground for coordination, and a test of the bond. To truly fulfill a dog's psychological needs, you must play with stakes. This doesn't mean being aggressive. It means being fully committed to the simulation. Make the toy come alive. Make it struggle. Make it a challenge that requires their full cognitive and physical focus. When you play with intensity and purpose, you are communicating with their primal soul. You are saying, "I see the wolf inside you, and I am your teammate in this mission." This creates a bond fueled by shared adrenaline and dopaminergic rewards that no treat can buy. This is how you build a protective barrier against boredom and depression. A dog that conquers a difficult game of tug or find the prey with their owner is a dog that feels confident in their own skin. They walk taller. They sleep deeper. Why is this so hard for people? Because it requires us to drop our human dignity for a few minutes and join them in their world. It requires us to be all in. But the payoff is immense. Competitors in the world of dog training often overlook the power of play because it can't be sold in a bottle. But for the old money elite of dog owners, play is the primary currency of loyalty. It is where you teach your dog that you are the most exciting, rewarding, and reliable part of their world. Don't just give them a toy to keep them busy. Give them a game that makes them feel like a champion. There is a growing crisis in modern pet ownership. We are overstimulating our dogs but underfulfilling them. We take them to chaotic dog parks or throw balls until they are physically exhausted, yet they still bark at the window and chew the furniture. This is because entertainment is a distraction, while fulfillment is a biological requirement. Every breed was created for a specific purpose: to herd, to track, to guard, or to retrieve. When we deny them a job, their minds begin to atrophy. This is the root cause of what we now identify as canine depression and anxiety. Pillar 5 focuses on psychological labor. A dog that spends 10 minutes using its nose to track a scent is more satisfied than a dog that ran for 5 miles. Why? Because the nose is connected directly to the brain's emotional center. Tracking is a cognitive flow state for a dog. We need to stop trying to keep our dogs busy and start trying to make them feel useful. Give them problems to solve. Hide their food. Teach them to name their toys and retrieve them by name. When a dog's biological drives are met through structured fulfillment, behavioral problems often evaporate. A satisfied dog doesn't need to guard the window because they have already achieved their daily mission. This is the of high-level handlers. They don't just exercise the body, they exhaust the mind. By acknowledging their work ethic, you are respecting their heritage. You are moving from being a keeper to being a director of their potential. We have spent 10,000 years turning wolves into creatures that sleep on our pillows and wear raincoats. But beneath the grooming and the pedigree, the ancient fire of the predator still flickers. If you deny their biological instincts, you are denying who they truly are. Love is not about changing them into humans. It is about respecting them as dogs. This final pillar is about the sniffari, the walk where the human follows and the canine leads. A dog's nose is 10000 do 1000000 d 0 times more powerful than ours. To pull them away from every scent is like blindfolding a human at an art gallery. It is sensory deprivation. Respecting the animal within means providing safe, structured outlets for their natural drives. It means understanding that shredding a cardboard box isn't bad behavior, it's a biological outlet for a dissecting instinct. It means realizing that rolling in something smelly is an ancient way of masking their scent. When you acknowledge these instincts instead of fighting them, the tension in your relationship disappears. You stop viewing your dog as a naughty human and start viewing them as a successful dog. This shift in perspective is the of a great partnership. It is about governance through understanding rather than forced compliance. When you bridge the gap between human expectations and canine reality, you create a bond based on mutual respect. You become the person who finally understands them. In return, they offer a level of loyalty that is truly legendary. They are about a deep, quiet harmony with the nature of the beast. Your dog gives you their entire life. They offer you every heartbeat, every breath, and a level of devotion that we as humans often struggle to reciprocate. They don't care about your bank account, your social standing, or your professional failures. They are the only beings on Earth who love you more than they love themselves. They don't need a bigger house or a gold-plated collar. They need a bigger, more present version of you. Stop trying to buy their happiness and start earning their trust through the 6 pillars we've discussed: warmth, consistency, presence, play fulfillment, and instinctual respect. This is the dog code. This is the path to a life of shared satisfaction. This script is intended for educational purposes and as a strategic reference for those seeking a deeper connection with the natural world. Thank you for being part of the pack. Subscribe to Dog Code 7, and let's improve our lives together by honoring the animals who make us more human.